So we're in A minor pentatonic, just over a fastish A minor blues backing track. So what I'm doing is thinking of the flat 5 in 2 different places in position 1. Now the flat 5 comes into what we call the blues scale, which is the pentatonic scale with the added flat 5 in, which looks there, flat 5, flat 5, looks like that, okay? So when we play that flat 5, it's quite a spicy note. We don't want to hang about on it. It's got to come back to that 1. Something like that, okay? Now you can hang on it for quite a while, build that tension up, but it can't stay there. It has to come back to that 1. That's just how it feels, okay? So that flat 5 there is played an awful lot, but this note, which is an E flat, is also here, look. It's exactly the same note. But when we play it from here, we tend to slide up into the 5 rather than here down from the 4. So here we're going from the 4 to the flat 5, 4 minor third, 1 if you like. But here we're going flat 5, 5, which gives it a slightly different sort of feel. So I'm doing this. Which to me has got a little bit more, it's a little bit more of a jazzy feel. It just sounds a bit different. You know, I like the, I wouldn't say it was a contrast, but I like the way those 2 phrases kind of work together. One sounds very typically bluesy and one sounds a little bit more jazzy. So what we've got is 4 to 5 on the B, twice, 7 on the G, pull off to 5 on the G, to 7 on the D, back to 5 on the G, hammer on to 7 on the G, and then I'm playing this note, the 7th fret on the G string, and sliding up to the flat 5 and back, down to the 5 on the G, and the 7 on the D, and then going 5 7 D, 5 7 G. So the whole thing slowly is. So we've got alright, which is a really nice phrase. It goes round and round quite well. I mean, it works across the entire progression. You can play it where you like in the progression. So other things I was doing with this flat 5, I've got another flat 5 here. Obviously you can do the flat 5 in all these positions. So position 3, I'm seeing my flat 5 there, which kind of lends itself to being played in a different way. I'm coming from the 4 again, 4, flat 5, 4, so I'm going from fret 10, hammering on to fret 11, back to fret 10, fret 13 on the B, which is the minor third, bending up to the 4th, back to the root, there's the flat 7, so I could do it there. So I was playing around with it there a little bit. I was also doing this in position 4, because there's an E flat there. So going from 14 on the G to 13 on the B to 15 on the B. So I've got another way of playing with the flat 5 there. I've got another flat 5 here, so I could go maybe. That sounds a little bit more outside, doesn't it? I quite like that. So you can play around with that one as well. Where else have you got flat 5s? We could think of the flat 5 that we did at the start, an octave higher. We could think of that as being in position 5. So try and find these flat 5s all over the fretboard, not just this one, which is definitely overplayed, right? Find other flat 5s that you can play around with in all the positions. Come up with some little licks over them, like little typical licks that you can drop into your solo in. So I hope you enjoyed that, have fun, and please remember to subscribe.